Welcome back, everyone, and thank you for joining us. We are live in Baltimore tonight, one day after we saw devastating riots hit a section of Baltimore. As a result of that, Maryland Governor Larry Hogan declared a state of emergency, activated the National Guard. We can tell you 500 National Guardsmen have been sent here to provide support to city police. 20 Baltimore police officers were hurt yesterday. A person was hurt in one of the many fires yesterday. More than 200 adults arrested, 34 juveniles arrested, and more than 150 cars burned. So far today, though, we have seen a much different scene. We've seen a calmer scene out there.
Yeah, in addition to that, some of the other numbers, 300 law enforcement from Pennsylvania, 150 from New Jersey, 45 from the District of Columbia called in to help out in matters here. And of course, we know about the police officers from Prince George's County, the Maryland State Troopers, and the like. The other part of that story, there are numbers, obviously, but there are people directly affected by all of this. It is a very emotional situation for everybody going through it. And our Paul Wagner talked to some of those people today.
Hey, Tony, I'm on North Avenue at Retreat Street. To give you some perspective, we're just on the other side of Pennsylvania Avenue from where that CVS pharmacy was that was looted and burned. We understand there's several hundred people across this police line that you can see right here. There are a number of police officers that are standing just on the other side of this crowd, which has, in the last hour or so, broken out into basically a small party here. They're playing loud music and dancing to Uptown Funk and some other songs. But earlier today, this was a very, very tense situation. And when we arrived here on North Avenue, you could really feel the tension. What changed was a Baltimore police officer, a captain, came out from behind this police line, and he stood in this crowd of people of about 100, and he listened, and he started to listen, and they started to vent. And then the cameras moved in, reporters moved in, and we started to listen. Now, what you're about to see is some very, very raw emotion, but we wanted to show you what people are saying here in Baltimore about the police and how they view their being treated. Here it is.
They don't know your kids. They don't know you. So when they shoot your kids, I hope you got the same smile on your face. Yeah, you in the back. But if they let y'all be thugs on Tuesday, how they mad you were thugs on Wednesday?
It's a joke. They got smirks on their face. They laughing. It's funny to them. They see us out here grieving, you feel me, and want justice. It's a joke. They think it's funny. But you see, they think we dummies, though. That's what it is. They surprised to see us come together like this, and they scared. If you ain't gonna tell me they scared, they scared.
No justice, no peace.
No peace. We said it, we told them already. So why is they so surprised on what's happening in the city? We explained to them a week ago, no justice, no peace, so it's not gonna be no peace. I don't give a how many shells they put up.
I told him he had every right to express himself.
Yeah.
Did not try to water him down.
Yeah.
I simply tried to focus him and to make sure that he understood that he is being heard, but he has a voice where people will listen, and his atmosphere will create that type of atmosphere where he can be heard. And he heard that.
I saw police laugh at that boy's funeral. It don't make sense. And it ain't gonna stop. So I ain't gonna stop. I'm speaking for the young boys. I'm speaking for people my age. This is not going to stop until they consequence.
Because guess what? Because
they need to be judged. That police, they don't even know who did it. So how the f you gonna convict them? They think they got more power than us. You know what got power? That knowledge. That knowledge. They hate a black brother that has knowledge.
We're trying to be a voice of reason. You have expressions of anger, hopelessness, but it's up to us because it's our community. It's up to us. It's incumbent upon us to be part of the solution and take the forefront and bring in some solutions.
So what I want to stress is things have been quite peaceful here on North Avenue, which was the center of so much violence yesterday and last night. And although there was all that rage that you saw and all that anger, it seemed to calm down after people were able to vent. And we've seen over the last couple of hours that people have come out here onto the street. They're being peaceful. They are protesting. Sometimes they're going up to the officers and they're venting their frustrations. But as you can see, they've been dancing in the street here. What we can't see from here is what's happening happening on the other side of the police line, but we understand that's peaceful as well. There have been also protesters who have been moving through the streets in and around here, several hundred people out on the streets, and of course they know that they're going to have to leave the streets by 10 o'clock tonight. And one other note, those people that you saw in the story, the pastor from North Carolina who came here to try and calm things down, he told me that he was en route to D.C. and heard what was happening here, decided to come to Baltimore to help out. And then those fraternity brothers, there were 3 of them. They live here in the Baltimore area, but they wanted to help out as well. And they said what they did is they came here and they just listened. And just by listening and letting people vent really seemed to help things. Back to you guys on Federal Hill.